we just finished making fun of the community's ranking every zombies map video, but now, ladies and gentlemen, AscendAR, thank you for letting me check this out, has now got the community to rank every single zombies game. So let's get it, man.
The community is always very vocal when content creators rank anything COD related. So I thought to myself, why not have the community do the ranking instead? With that in mind, I made a Call of Duty Zombies.
What's going to be the worst?
15 polls where each one had 2 COD Zombies face off to have a winner, and these polls ended up having over 250,000 votes.
Sheesh.
This means the sample size is large enough to make this video accurate to the entire community's feelings about zombies. And with all the results compiled together, this is every Call of Duty Zombies ranked from worst to best. 10th, Vanguard, a game made by Sledgehammer, but the Zombies was actually made by Treyarch. When it was announced at this
I will never forget the day that Activision had their business called, because they have a quarterly sort of meeting call, and they said, yeah, Vanguard is good to go. And I knew when I heard them, I was like, dog, they're 100% lying right here, bro. Like, there's no shot.
The mode was making zombies, the expectations skyrocketed and boosted short-term sales. But what they didn't say was that this mode got dumped on Treyarch last minute, and they fumbled the ball right out of the gate.
It's true that they boosted short-term sales, but this game arguably destroyed the identity of COD Zombies' reputation. From this game forward, I don't feel like Zombies has ever recovered, to be honest. It deserves to be the worst.
Reviewed launch map in Zombies history. And the second one wasn't any better and pretty much completely killed the mode, and is why this was ranked as the worst Zombies in the poll.
Like, it's been almost 5 years since this game, and we are still suffering from the consequences of Vanguard. I believe this has to be the worst game. Like, I know some people would say, oh, they don't like World War II or Exos, but bro, this game destroyed Zombies, man.
After the first 2 maps bombed, the devs went on a 2.5 season hiatus to bring us the next Zombies content.
It was bad.
Where they gave us the round-based map, Shino Numa remade, and it was actually fun with a good Easter egg. I think this map was better than anything we got in the 9th place game, but I understand why Vanguard was voted 10th with the lack of content and terrible start. 9th, Advanced Warfare Exo Zombies. We didn't get to experience this Zombies mode until the first DLC of the game.
You know what I'm realizing is that Infinity Ward makes the worst zombie titles and Sledgehammer games, which is why everyone only prefers Treyarch. But I will say the one man that did Treyarch better in a lot of ways for zombies was Lee Ross. I will always pay my respects to this guy, man.
So you actually had to spend a minimum of $75 to play just one Zombies map?
Yikes.
And it was the second lowest rated experience by the community.
Yeah.
That's rough. I will say, it was fun right at first, but people quickly realized that it wasn't up to the standards that were set by Treyarch Zombies. Something just felt off with this one. The exosuits were typically obtainable by about round 7, which is when the zombies would also start to jump around with you.
Movement is such a key aspect in zombies. Like, Exos just doesn't work with zombies. This is why they added, like, the EMZs, and it just broke the movement. It made every single map's high round unbearable and unplayable. I think the only reason people go back to these maps is to play the Easter egg, but even then, the steps were so difficult, too.
The movement didn't feel very smooth.
No.
And with the exosuits, it made it impossible to consistently train zombies effectively. And EMZ boss zombies were so annoying. And if you don't remember what they did, they disabled your exosuit and made it electricity shoot across your screen. So you're basically blind and can't move. The Easter eggs weren't great and just had us playing fetch.
It goes to show in a lot of ways the worst from the best zombie games are almost entirely dependent on movement.
Punching weapons was way more expensive and didn't buff the weapons nearly as much. And the wonder weapons were very weak in my opinion, and the maps felt pretty uninspired. Exo Zombies felt like an empty experience.
This map, Infection, is arguably one of the worst zombie maps ever created in terms of just like horrific mechanics. And yeah, World War II is next. Honestly, it sucks. This game had so much love going into it with Final Reich. It's so sad how this game's DLC ended up.
World War II. The scariest looking zombies in all of Call of Duty. This one had some cool things and contracts that allowed you to earn salvage, which you could use to unlock weapon blueprints and characters you could use inside the zombies game.
What I will never forgive this game for, though, is introducing armor into zombies. It is so sad how, like, somehow Treyarch was, like, inspired by World War II zombies to put armor in BO4 from this game. I feel, yeah, like this game also low-key ruined zombies a lot.
Mode. The Pack-a-Punch was cool because it made different weapons get different abilities,
The
making
pap
them
was
feel
sick, though.
unique. But
Yeah.
it did get 8th place, so there was obviously plenty of problems with World War II zombies. I was not a fan of the tortured path maps at all. I thought they were some of the worst experiences in all of Call of
For
Duty
real.
Zombies history.
Yeah.
And the next thing, I feel like all the maps from World War II just blended together because the music and map aesthetics were all far too similar.
This game did a lot of good things. It's just unfortunate that the map identity kind of suffers from what we're seeing in modern COD zombies, especially with games like Cold War, where legit every single map looks stylized the same. This is why COD never go back to World War II. We are done. You have spammed the absolute heck out of it. If anything, Vanguard should teach them to never go back to the past, man. I think COD needs to go more into this fantastical route, but not back to the past.
Which made the game feel more repetitive and less fun after a little bit of time
Yeah.
that the salvage system couldn't save. The Easter eggs weren't very good. The boss zombies had cool designs, but were annoying with how frequently they would come into the map, and overall, World War II had some promising elements, but wasn't executed as well as it could have been.
Yeah.
Which community tournament would you like to see next? Make sure to vote on the poll that is live now to determine the next community tournament that I make. 7th, Black Ops 4.
This is tough. This is so tough. It is like, oh man. If somebody were to tell me that Black Ops 4 would be rated the 4th worst zombies game, like before launch, I would have lost it, dog. Like, it is so sad. This game should have been #1. It really should have. This should have been the best zombies game. And it's sad that it's this down bad, but I don't blame the community for this.
We are at the point where I think all of the games are good, just at varying levels. I do not know how this one got ranked so lowly. Personally, I would definitely move this one up a couple spots.
Me
this
too.
mode was full of content, had a huge amount of maps, and every single map was complete with full Easter egg quests, side Easter eggs, hidden ciphers, and unique buildables.
I would argue this is still the worst launch to a zombies game. Like, sure, you can say Vanguard didn't have pack-a-punch camos and whatnot, but bro, Black Ops 4 destroyed the community. This was at such a critical point in time where Fortnite was literally peaking in every single player count, like engagement records, microtransactions, and Black Ops 4 fumbled the basic delivery of just giving a regular Black Ops 3 type of experience. It was so sad to live through, especially as a YouTuber, because YouTubers are like, man, why are we not posting Fortnite, bro? Black Ops 4 Zombies is crashing on the Easter eggs. We're not able to enjoy the game. The system is completely different. The HUD is disgusting. It was really a tough time, man.
The game isn't perfect, of course. For one, the UI is all over your screen and just far too big, and I really think that could have been an easy fix for them to adjust that, but they never did. And one thing that I loved about Black Ops 4 was the locations of all the maps and soundtracks. 9 is set in a coliseum. Voyage of Despair wasn't a good map.
The maps were so cool. Like, I still wish somebody would grab these maps and place them into the BO3 system, like Dead of the Night, Ancient Evil, 9. A lot of these maps probably don't even work in that system, but it's just so sad. So few people that actually played BO3 zombies and did those Easter eggs even experienced some of these. And arguably, like, maps like Ancient Evil, Dead of the Night, these maps are so underrated that so many people will never try. It's just tough.
But being set on the Titanic was sick. Dead of the Night had an incredible ambiance. Ancient Evil had a great soundtrack. We got remade maps where they actually made some changes, with Classified being an improvement on 5.
I blame no one but Activision for this game's downfall, still to this day. It's not the YouTubers' fault. It's not even the Treyarch devs' fault. It is 100% Activision.
Alpha Omega being an improvement over the Nuketown zombies, and then Blood of the Dead, which of course was a downgrade for Mob, and then Tag Your Totem was solid, but they butchered the Wonderwaff. And what they did so well is that they made every single map feel unique, which kept the game feeling fresh with loads of complete content. Black Ops...
They should have just not had Ether in this game. I really, like, because this was another decision Activision shoehorned into this game. Every Ether map in this game sucks, honestly. Like, Blood is not great outside of the storyline. Classified is just subpar. Alpha Omega is legit one of the worst maps ever, and TOG is just, it's okay, right? Like, everybody goes back to BO4 for the actual experiences that Blundell wanted to make, like the Chaos maps, man.
4 may have been voted
tough.
lower because it isn't a great zombies for going for high rounds and has more complicated Easter eggs. It is not catered towards casual players and more for the hardcore fans. Since probably 95% of the zombies player base is casual, it did not help the game become love. I would consider myself part of the casual zombies community, but I still enjoy doing Easter eggs, but sometimes you just want to sit back and play.
Well, dude, honestly, with the modern COD zombie stats, we realize that there's less than 10% of people actually doing the Easter eggs, and BO4 fully catered to the Easter egg audience, and not even to the high round audience. It neglected the high rounding audience. It neglected all these other previous audiences that were built in the community. And it's just sad. This game has truly just not recovered since. It's sad.
Some zombies without thinking. These videos take a lot of work to make as a one-man crew, so please leave a like and comment.
Go Ascend, man. Yes,
and make sure to subscribe for more Call of Duty polls and rankings, as well as helpful and entertaining Warzone content. 6th, Infinite Warfare. This is the
another tough one, because arguably Spaceland was a better map than Revelations, the map that came before it, but it's just sad because, again, very similar to World War II, where the DLC is kind of worse. It's crazy to me, though, that this is above BO4. That's crazy, but I get it, man.
Highest rated non-Treyarch zombies on the list, and I thought it should have been a little bit higher, just like Black Ops 4. Zombies in Spaceland is easily a top 10 map in zombies history, and Raven the Redwoods was such a cool setting. Shaolin Shuffle was also really good. However, the last couple maps weren't great because they had less content in them, but that shouldn't take away from the first few maps that ranged from good to an all.
I agree. I arguably think the DLC was better in this game than World War II, but the issue I really have was, like, Radioactive Thing and Beast from Beyond suck. They are some of the worst maps ever, for real.
Great. We also got to use weapon variants, which would allow you to use weapons with a few different abilities depending on which one you got. This was a cool way to incorporate multiplayer into the zombies experience.
Still the best double pap system as well in here. This game did a lot of good things. 5 perks as well that you could buy. I missed the perk limit from this game, for real.
And this mode was obviously not as serious as Treyarch Zombies with their incredible storyline, but that allowed it to have its own unique feeling separate itself from Treyarch. The map setting were really cool because they were actually based off movie settings, and overall, I thought Infinite Warfare Zombies was fantastic.
Spaceland is still one of the greatest maps ever, and World at War up here. You know what? I'm glad the community still respects World at War after all this time. It's been 17 years since the launch of World at War Zombies, and honestly, there's no co-op experience like the OG. I'm gonna be for real. Like, people are like, yo, why do you still put this game up here? Play co-op Derice on World at War and tell me you don't have a good time, dog.
5th, World at War, the game that started it all and created zombies. This game made the stepping stones to what we know today. Each map added something new that we would come to expect on every single zombies map in the future. Nocturne Toten gave us the mystery box. Varuk gave us perks and traps. Shino Numa gave us the Aether storyline characters with Dempsey, Nikolai,
and the Wonderwall,
and Richtofen, and it also introduced the Hellhounds. And Derice gave us the Pack-a-Punch machine and Monkey Bombs. This is arguably the best zombies to go for high rounds in because you can reach them much faster than other games. While we couldn't have had any zombies if it wasn't for World at War, I think this placement is a bit high because people are either nostalgic or giving it a bunch of extra credit for making the mode.
I mean, I can definitely see where that's coming from, but bro, like I said, this is still one of the greatest co-op zombie experiences ever. Just loading something quickly up and playing a good time, like, this game did it, man.
Which it definitely deserves a little bit, but after playing later installments, it is easy to see the limitations of this game. The movement is much clunkier. There are no big Easter eggs to go for. The game is very simple, and the only thing to do is shoot zombies and train while trying to survive as long as possible. Simplicity can be a good thing, but I wish there was just a little bit more to World at War Zombies. 4th, Cold War.
This is shocking to me, personally. I feel like Cold War has not aged well. I'm gonna be for real. I feel like, again, because we've had modern mechanics now for 5 years, Cold War, to me, I never go back to play the maps. Like, if I want to play a Cold War type experience, I just will play BO6. It's got better maps, you know? I'm starting to like Cold War less throughout the years, especially to what it's done to modern zombies.
This is almost like the anti-Black Ops 4. This one
Yeah.
had the best mechanics in any zombies mode ever. Then where Black Ops 4 had incredible map locations and a few of them were really great, along with fantastic sound.
I will say, like, Cold War was really hype when it first came out. I enjoyed the launch cycle and the DLCs as well, but looking back at it, it's not a fun experience to go back and play. I don't know. I don't really enjoy going back to do the Easter eggs. The speed runs are all sort of capped out already after the first year. Like, the content was very little. And I mean, I know this was a 2020 like COVID launch, but it's still tough.
Soundtracks, Cold War felt very lacking and uninspired in comparison. And where
Yeah.
Black Ops 4 was made for the hardcore fans, Cold War felt like it was made exclusively for the casuals. I felt like the Easter eggs and going for high rounds were far too easy in this game, and I love the weapon rarities because it gives the game so much more variety in what we can use.
I don't like weapon rarities. I think, like, a lot of the stuff this game has added is still annoying to this day. I mean, perk prices ranking up every 500 points and all that. Field upgrades still being the same from this game. Like, yeah, honestly, I don't really like Cold War. I would place it, honestly, even below, like, Black Ops 4 and Infinite Warfare for sure.
The game also feels smooth. Outbreak added some even more variety to Cold War Zombies, but I didn't think the mode had nearly as much replayability as regular round-based
For
zombies.
real.
And Treyarch spent a bunch of their development time on Outbreak, and so while I liked Cold War, I personally wouldn't have ranked it.
Like, this game to me was just Treyarch throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it would stick. That's the way I feel. And that's why, like, going back to this game, I really just don't enjoy it. Like, unless you're someone that loves grinding camos, I don't understand why you're coming back to Cold War.
This high. As I'm recording this, Justin Herbert just got a huge extension as I'm making this video, and since I'm a Chargers fan, I'm super hyped. Let me know if you are too in the comments.
Let's go, man.
Third, Black Ops 1. The zombies that truly flesh this out into a full-fledged mode. It can
To me, personally, if BO3 did not have Chronicles, Black Ops 1 would still be the best zombies game. This game is the game I think of when I think of COD Zombies. Everybody thinks of Keynote or Toten or Transit from BO2, right? Like, they were just so iconic, man.
continued the Aether storyline that was started on Derice, the final World at War map. And speaking of that story, I think Moon had the best Easter egg of all time and concluded
Best Easter egg ending and conclusion for any zombies game, hands down. To this day. To this day.
the story in Black Ops 1 beautifully, creating a bunch of excitement for the future of zombies. And it added a bunch of perks such as PhD Flopper, Stamina Up, and Mule Kick. They had a bunch of wonder weapons, with the most iconic one being the Thunder Gun. And this is another game.
Every map felt unique. Like, sure, people hated Shangri-La. People didn't like Call of the Dead. Whatever. Every single map had its own unique flair. And the Easter eggs as well started here, and they were great. From Ascension, Call of the Dead, Shang, Moon. This game was peak, man.
Where
Peak.
I love the different settings we got from map to map. We got Shangri-La to Call the Dead to Moon, making each map feel totally different to one another. And they brought back the World at War maps as well. And then they added the first installment of Dead Ops Arcade, which I thought was a blast to play.
Such a great point. DOA 1 as well, such a great inclusion. I feel like, again, such a slept-on mode, and I'm so excited for DOA 4 for BO7, but yeah, man, BO1 really nailed the zombie formula.
Every now and again. Black Ops 1 just feels like World at War Plus. They
Yeah.
added a bit more, made it a bit harder, while still being barely simplistic. Second, Black Ops 2.
I think people put BO2 above BO1 just because of the tonality of the game. Like, the back and forth between the Zelensky maps and the Blundell maps. A lot of people really like that because it made every experience so unique. And I can totally get that, especially now, where every sort of map kind of feels the same with the same mechanics and all that. I mean, bro, you had the zombies team and a campaign team making zombie maps for this game. And that's why I think it worked so well for all sorts of audiences.
Game that started off very controversial in the zombies community, with many players hating Transit and Die Rise, that turned every player into Tim the Tatman by instantly falling to their death with no chance of being revived
For
if
real.
a zombie touched you as you tried to jump across the buildings. But the Slickofire was a great wonder weapon. And for Transit, I actually thought it was a blast to play if you could play with a full squad of friends.
Yeah.
And Transit is one of those...
This was probably one of the best co-op zombie games ever to release, if not the best. Like, World at War, I would say, is still number one for me, but probably number two would be BO2.
What if maps, because it could have been so good if we had more advanced technology at the time of release. The reason we got the fog and the denizens and the lava were specifically to slow down the players so the map would run more smoothly and load properly.
Like, it's crazy that so many people hated this map on launch, but this map has actually aged like fine wine because of its co-op experience. Like, a lot of people just love sitting in the bus, grabbing the B23R, just having a good time. And man, I don't blame you. Like, that's what I'm saying. BO2 did co-op experiences great with like all the different buildables and buried, and then obviously in Die Rise with the trample steam and the staffs and origins. It was fun, man. It was fun.
Treyarch was just a bit too ambitious with their design. But then we have two all-time great maps with Origins and my personal favorite, Mob of the Dead, and a really good one with Buried. And we even got other solid maps with Nuketown and Town, the best part from Transit. And on top of these maps, the Wonder Weapons were great with the Paralyzer on Buried, the Origin Staffs, and then we got the Ray Gun Mark II, and of course,
this is what I wish Activision did. They need to hire a whole other studio as well as the current Treyarch studio to recreate the magic of what BO2 Zombies did. Because that's what made it so fun for if you just like casual zombies playing, if you liked Easter eggs, if you liked high rounds. There's something for everybody in BO2.
Aforementioned Fire. And Black Ops 2 also introduced another really cool thing in buildables, which Treyarch continued to have in future installments of Zombies. The only true negative of this game was the worst perk of all time, Who's Who. The best, Black Ops 3.
Yes.
This should come as a shock to no one.
It's crazy to me that there's still people out there that don't think this game is the best. I mean, dude, 10 years later, there's still speedruns getting beaten. There's still Easter eggs to solve, like the impossible Easter egg. Like, dog, this is the peak of zombies. Everybody who now is a modern COD zombie player wants to see BO3 return. I mean, even Treyarch is adding in the giant HUD and the SOE HUD into BO7. I think this game's always going to be the best. I don't think Treyarch is ever going to beat this, and I think every zombies game after BO7 is going to try and harken back to BO3. This was Jason Blundell's masterpiece.
The setting of these zombies maps were incredible. The soundtrack was great, and they gave us the best selection of maps ever.
Yeah.
On top of all the great original content, we also got all the remade maps. We had great Easter eggs, and I especially love the one on Der Eisendrache. Also, I love the bows. And Shadows of Evil could be the best launch map of all time, and it has the incredible wonder weapon, the Apothicon Servant. Black Ops 3 also introduced custom classes for zombies and unlocking zombie-specific camos, allowing for not just multiplayer.
I think what also elevated this game so much is the very first Treyarch boss fight was introduced with Der Eisendrache, and like, I'll never forget when Treyarch was watching the world's first team, like Noah and Milo, I think it was, being the first to beat the Easter egg, and that was such a massive community moment, especially leading that all the way to Revelations, where literally the peak viewership of COD Zombies ever happened for the Revelations Easter egg hunt. Like, that is just something you can't beat. EE4C happened here. We raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity because of the perfect work that Treyarch did. Like, this was the community's shining moment, and I don't think we will ever get that back.
Fans to be able to grind for camos. I think BO3 blows every other zombies out of the water with just its original map quality. However, we also got the Zombie Chronicles like I mentioned earlier, but wait, there's more. They also gave us custom zombies with mod tools on PC, and while I unfortunately have never played a custom zombies map because I've only played Black Ops 3 on Xbox.
See, and this is what I mean, bro. This is what I always say. The game that makes custom zombies accessible to all platforms will beat BO3. It might not beat it instantly, but over time, if it's built good enough, you can put Shadows of Evil on that game. You can put Der Eisendrache on that game. You can put all the maps from all the zombie maps on the game, on that game. And it can be playable for everyone, everywhere. Like, Activision, if you're running out of ideas, which you obviously are in BO6 and BO7, let the community do the work for you. That's how you create the best zombies game.
We still have to appreciate this incredible feature that allowed the community to have unlimited number of community-made maps that allows this game to live on forever.
For real.
And while I didn't agree with the entire list you guys made, I do agree with Black Ops 3 being on top.
Let's go.
If you could make one change to the community rankings, what would it be? And thank you.
For me personally, it would be putting up BO4. But ladies and gentlemen, shout out Ascend for letting us check out this video. Let me know what your guys' list in the comment section is below, and I'll see y'all in that next one.